Hello and welcome to new Crusader series. Royal Court is just out, and with that, I again want to do a new series, so we'll start with that. Now, I believe for Royal Court you need to be king, emperor, and I believe you need to be feudal. So honestly, we should start here with that basis if I want to play the Royal Court exclusively. But there are new culture features that I really want to check out as a Norse. So honestly, we're going to start as a Norse tribal. We're going to try and do the High Kingdom of the North Seas because that turns you feudal within the life of our first ruler. So first and all, game rules, we just need to enable Iron Man. Done. The rest should be standard. And I have chosen to start as this guy, but we'll create our own ruler. So with that in mind, we will start as a 16-year-old, purely because that allows us to get Misguided Warrior. And with Misguided Warrior, we are able to, lead our own troops. We won't be super good or super bad, but we'll be decent. And we'll go with Genius, Hale, and Comely. Hale will keep us alive, hopefully, long enough. Honestly, Herculean could be a different choice to go with here. It would actually be quite beneficial. But the Genius trait is just so good. The monthly lifestyle experience is great. We'll get rid of all of our points in anything but uh, martial. I'll put one extra point in prowess, just because it helps. And with that, we now have a character within the customization limit. We don't really have too much going for it. We'll choose a Norse name. Of Varda. I guess that will be our dynasty name. Now, they also added a new coat of arms. So we can start from scratch here. Let's have a black background. One symbol. What emblem do we want for our dynasty? Honestly, I kind of like this one. But I believe we can change this later if need be, so it isn't too much of a worry for me. Is that just a sleeping man? Or a dead man maybe. I think we'll just go for this one. It's simple, it's easy, it kind of gets the points across. This one is also really nice, I feel like. But yeah, we'll just stick with this one. But again, you can change the layouts. This is just how many of the symbol you want. You can have them in a triangle. You can put it sideways. Can I put it upside down? So what is this? Pieces cut off? Well, as you can see, there's a lot of layouts, and we could check them out later. The backgrounds is pretty simple patterns, the color, things like that. We could write a motto. Rami, start Mörding. Let's just go with this one. Excuse me, I'm having the hiccups. So this is okay. I'm not too focused on, we'll do this one though. I need children. I'm not too focused on how my character looks or anything right now. We're just going to get straight into it. We will finalize. And as I said, the goal here is very, very simple. We're going to try and create I don't know if the cheese with reforming your culture while only holding feudal holdings. Sorry, reforming your religion while only holding feudal holdings still works. That's what I did in my first couple of games. But if it does, we might just create a new empire instead. We'll have to see. But for now, we're gonna start. Let's go. And with that, no lifestyle chosen. We're gonna go martial. We're gonna go chivalry because it's battle focused. We get prowess. We get advantage, which is good. And we're gonna move our troops over here. We have 450 prestige to start with, and we're gonna put all of that instantly into these two men-at-arms here. Two in here, two in here, and with that, we're basically ready. The reason for that is men-at-arms are really, really good. And prestige isn't something we will be suffering. We'll be going with a prestige deficiency for quite a while, but honestly, it's not a concern. The reason why we picked all three of these is very simple. We even started with military engineer for quicker sieges. That's great. The reason why we started with this is so we can get strong blood instantly. Chance of new good congenital traits and chance of inheriting good ones. It's a boost. Very nice to have. So we'll go with that one. And as I was saying here, I want to secure the High Kingdom of the North Sea. That will be the goal here. If I can't become feudal by any other means. If we can, we might just go with, we don't have the option right now because we aren't good enough, but create a new empire. And if I get to that, the goal will be to take Scandinavia and Britannia in my first life, with maybe Brittany and Frisia too, so we have, a couple of holdings in Europe, if you will, and get that under the empire, because that will make my life easy. But we'll have to see. If I can use I'll have to test on a different game. But if I could do that and choose it in such a way, it would be great. Let's see if we can find anyone willing to marry us with decent traits. We could go with Fecund here, try and get that in, get some fertility going, which would be good as well. There is my courtier here, who's an Amazonian. I'm going to take her as concubine, I think, if I can. Because it's kind of hard to get concubines with good traits. So we will take a... What is this? Delicate? No, we don't want that. We'll get married to Lima here. Or Lima, I don't know. And then we will take our Herculean woman here as a concubine. We should give her some decent children in the long run. We're lacking a steward and we're lacking a marshal, which is pretty bad for our start here. We do have a guest here. He's a competent physician. I'm going to hire him. And again, we are going to be hiring a lot of people early game. And the reason for that is very simple. Knights are very, very powerful and very, very good. And with that in mind, I would like to, you know, get them going. Let's put him in charge of this. Honestly, our court is going to be very, very bad in the beginning, but that's just how things be. We're going to pass some time here, allow things to go. Currently, the goals here are very simple here. We're going to take this kingdom, Norway, Denmark, and England, and hold them for 30 years. That's the goal in this life. If we can do it or not, that's going to be a different story. But we need to at least become feudal, I believe, before we can do royal court stuff. On the other hand, we can already start with, you know, getting trinkets, that sort of thing. But in order to do that, we need an antiquarian and we need money. And as you can see here, the aptitudes of our people are very, very terrible. So there's no reason to start with that just yet. We don't have the money. We don't have the. We don't have good enough people. Of course, there we go. See if we can. Will not be converted. That's fine. We have 1,000 men now, which means that we could, in theory, just already start attacking. So we'll do that. We'll conquer the county. He has 400 men only, so let's just go. We'll wait with attacking this man here because he is currently our buffer. So we want to, you know, get a bit more troops into the picture before we do that, and hopefully we won't die within these first few battles before we get, you know, a perk to help us survive battles better. If that makes sense. Let's see, we have a guest here, a competent commander. Yep, we will hire him. I will be spending some money on these guys, and that is, again, just to make sure that we have enough champions. Currently we are lacking champions already, so that should, you know, tell you everything you need to know in that regard. We did take our foe hostage, and we are going to take the money here. It will prolong the war, but that's no worry. We're going to do a lot of executions or sacrifices because piety. Piety is what we use to fight wars here in the north. But I'm fine with that. Now, because of us winning and completely wiping his army, I'm going to take these two groups and we're going to move them home. And the reason for that is very, very simple. In their own territory, they will replenish manpower. Or, in this case, just replenish troops. Don't even need manpower, really. It's just, you know, replenishment. And since they are special troops, they are far more valuable than any other kind of troop. Let's see, we took him hostage, but he doesn't have money. We're gonna have a look here. You are not a very good commander. You also not a very good commander. You also not a very good commander, and I murdered most of your family. So we're gonna keep him imprisoned, and that's just in case the inheritance goes wrong. We're gonna do that. And does he stay in my prison? No, he does not. We can disband the troops and move up over here. And we're just going to keep on going like that. We're going to fight, we're going to kill, and hopefully we're going to conquer Norway rather quickly. That will be the main goal here. Let's see, there we are. Let's just raise all here because we're basically pretty close to that. And let's just march in. Nothing's really stopping us. I did forget one thing though. Determine personal deity. So basically it allows us to dedicate our worship to one particular god, and depending on the god we worship to, we get, you know, bonuses. Martial, prowess, stewardship, so we're going to dedicate our, you know, our worship to Ull. He gives us God of War honor, martial +3, movement speed in winter +50, very good. Advantage +2 in provinces during winter. So well, affected by. So you can see he's pretty good. Now, you can also might ask yourself the reason why I chose to play as a 16-year-old and not a 0-year-old to give myself more time. And the reason for that is very, very simple also. It's the fact that when you start out, it's a dice roll if you get any good commanders, if you have enough commanders, and not only that, but if the enemies around you won't be stronger than you. So I kind of need the advantage gained from the lifestyle, and especially now in the early game, it's going to be very important. Rogaline game incompetent tax, which should increase control. So yeah, I forgot about that. Since it's us personally holding it. There we are. On the siege, but we didn't get any prisoners, so we'll waste a little bit of time here, but we'll go kill these guys. Purely because we might get a valuable, prisoner. And my babies. Oh, we got twins. Eva inherited intelligent and Herculean. Very good. Herculean. This is a good, play son and heir, but we probably won't play as him. But we can use him as a base to, grow. Well, he will be our heir if we mess up, so... yeah, it's a good spare, I guess. So be it. Currently, we don't have enough money to create a duchy. And we're also going to march down and... oh, someone slapped them for me. Yeland. Oh, Yeland slapped them for me because they wanted to loot me. Oh, thanks, boys. I'm so happy that you decided to help me out. My counselor was killed during a raid. He also killed Hemming. I assume he is a commander potential, so yeah. That's always nice. This guy is weakened, so we will take this opportunity to, kill him. Once these guys have left, we will march in with our army. This will give us some time to recover. We'll just use our special forces, if you will. They should be enough to get the job done. And they recover quicker than levies too. And we also want to use the levies later for... wow, another one of my counselor dies. We might have to, fix that. But this allows us also to split our army up later and, go for double wars. We capture someone, Andres here. We are going to recruit. Simply because we're running out of counselors and commanders, we're going to recruit this man too. That's good martial, but good prowess. We'll make a decent knight. Assign you there. Spy master, assign you there. There we go. Now, we do have more... then we have our domain limit. It's currently being overstepped quite widely. But the reason for that is we don't have the money. Still don't have the money to actually create the duchy. I believe I need 125, so we're almost there. But again, that should be okay. Can unlock a perk. We're going to go with Bellum Justum first, then we're going to go Stalwart Leader, down to Household Guard, and then we'll have to consider what we want to do. Most likely we're going to go with Organized March, and that's it really. Honestly, maybe we'll do this one too, Spearmen and Archers, which is basically what we have in our army. That would be nice. So we'll have to consider what we have time for, because we need to go down the other trees as well if we want to get our benefits. You don't have money, so you will be turned to piety. Same with you, sadly, but it's just how life be. There we go. Now we can move this up here, and if these guys both don't have any allies, I think I can do a double war here. I should be able to. This guy has been raided, so he's weakened. We can conquer the county, and we'll do the same here. We will conquer the county. Very good. And again, we are negative on piety, but that's only until we create a duchy. Duchy will give 300. Sorry, not piety, prestige. Duchy will give 300. And we're going to raise the men-at-arms first. And the reason for that is very simple. Men-at-arms will get all my champions, all my, special forces, and they will be stronger than the, enemies. And the regular ones will do the sieging. So this is how we can fight two wars at once. Hopefully. They are hitting me pretty hard here. I got hit really hard there. My counselor died again. Are you ready to replace him? I guess you are. Yeah, I might have to wait a little bit here, sadly, because of the mess up. Oh, my spy master got reassigned. But yeah. These guys have a good commander, I assume. No, not even that. Oh, they're just countering my units really well. As you can see, we had more losses. My spy master died. This is like that position of Hogwarts, the Dark Arts teacher. You will just die. But instead of Dark Arts teacher, it's just spy master. And again, your biggest fighting force will be your champions this early game, so don't worry too much about it. We will wait for this battle to, finish. Hopefully we can capture this guy. He's the chieftain. We did not. We captured someone else. You are a good commander. Or sorry, good knight. You are also a good knight, so we're gonna recruit both of you. And with that, I think we have enough, so we're gonna enforce the demands. And we have enough money now to create a dukedom. So we'll go ahead and do that. Duchy of Agdafilki. And with that, we can start handing out our stuff to, people that need it. Guests are nice. Purely because, the guests, they will leave if I don't, hand them stuff. Aspiring Blade Master disfigured. Give you this. Let's send this over to someone as well. Marshal and Champion. There we are. We are moving up in the world. But yeah, getting more, capable people to fight for me is good. Being raided is just something we'll have to live with. I can handle the raids, but it's a time perspective. Can I conquer, Norway within the first 10 years? Can I take Denmark in 5? Can I take England in the next 10 years? It's sort of, that is basically the question that we're asking ourselves. And as you can see here, all my troops need recovery. So we're going to siege this. We're going to wait a couple of months for just to give them breathing space, and then we're going to keep on moving. Now, in terms of Westfold and Upland, and Jämtland for that matter, we're not going to do anything with them now. We need to get to the next level of fame, illustrious. Once we become illustrious, we can declare war for the duchies themselves, which will make my life a lot easier. I won't lie. So we are going to do that when we can. So for now, focus on the counts, maybe fight war up here. I believe this man is old, and when he dies, his county will split in two. So, it's part of that. We're going to save some time and just enforce demands. Money isn't really our biggest concern. It will be a concern once we become feudal, so we want to, try and get a decent purse before that, but right now it is not a large concern for me. Let's see, we have another guest here. Why won't you let me click on him? There we are. And as I said here, we're going to allow our troops a little bit of a respite here and rest. We are also going to go ahead and turn the Bondi into a 400-man group. Prestige is important, but not right now. Prestige will be used to attack Mercia, Wessex, and East Anglia, but for the time being, it's not something very, concerning. And honestly, we have a little money. These things would be nice, but honestly, this would be really nice. We'll do that. We'll go a little bit into depth, but we can live with that. We need to recover our manpower anyways. We should be back in the positives before the next war. And next war will be fought only with the men-at-arms, and the reason for that is very straightforward. We're fighting with only the men of... I can't declare war while in depth. Okay, that makes sense. By declaring war with only, or using only the men-at-arms, we can allow our levies to recover. He has no allies, very simple. And we will raise only the men-at-arms and the accompanying commanders. Honestly, I'll lead it myself. I don't have the trait yet that makes combat less dangerous, but it's fine. So I could, get her into my court. And does that mean the children are coming along too? Could be good. Embrace Odin, and this will be your home. The more the merrier. This guy will be coming along too. He's actually a legendary blade master. Okay. Embrace Odin, this will be your home. That is actually fine to get him for free. And even have a hook on him. That's actually really nice. Wow, poor Egil got his head ripped off. Also want to try and take this before Upland does, because it will weaken them. There we go, we can now get Stalwart Leader. I don't understand why he, you know, escapes to Vestfold, of all things, by the with the Shadow Retreat. It's a bit wonky. Yeah, I guess in this first episode we're going to focus on Norway. Second episode, England or Denmark, depending on which one is opportunistic for me, if you will. Give me your money. Because the thing with these guys is that they have allies that are usually a pain to deal with. But right now it seems like him... Yeah, it seems like both of them are actually, you know, handleable once we get this area, and maybe this and this. Seems like these guys, this Värmland has already been taken by Uppland, so it's going to be a little bit awkward here. We're gonna definitely compete with Sweden. We might use our subjugation against them. It's how we want to play. There we are. There we get any prisoners. We did, but if you don't want to pay for them, the 10 piety is better. We need a lot of it, because I'm also planning to reform the fate on this character. We're basically gonna use this character, if everything goes well, to set up everything for the future. That's the best way I can describe it. Okay, so if we wait 1 month, that I feel like should be enough for us to do a double war. There we are. Basically, again, try and use my main force to kick their asses and have the levy a siege, so we'll declare war on them both, especially if they don't have any allies. Conquer County. I don't think I can declare war on this guy for... Nah. I don't share a border with him, so I can't do it. So we'll have to do this guy instead. Sea lanes, very nice. But that is definitely a concern. We'll march all of them over here. And this is, again, the main force. Do you guys have a commander? Let's put me in charge of this one, and let's put the other guy in charge of this. The siege timer boy. It should work. There we go, they have been weakened. We'll send the main force up here. We'll take a bit of, you know, casualties to attrition, but that should be fine. Through pillaging, we lose advantage, but we can, you know, do things faster. Improve defense. Honestly, my commanders can do as they see fit. They personally will get either. If I, you know, go for one of them, I'll get the benefit too, but honestly, they can do as they see fit. I don't mind. You are supposed to go there. Yeah, we are doing... It looked like for a second like the weaker army was going to deal with the second one. Happy I was wrong. I should have left some knights for this army, though. Let us fix that. You four go and back up this army. Hopefully they can get there in time. They're attacking by sea, though, so... Do we have the advantage? Not really. Just barely. How about up here? We're good. Okay. Yeah, they got a very hefty, you know, debuff because they attacked me from sea, but we'll have to see it. This is actually kind of awkward, this battle here. We're good. Okay, good. How are we doing here? We're good there too. Let's see who we captured. Gorilla. Sorry, Gorilla, you're about to be sacrificed. We're gonna enforce demands. And I'm gonna just send this army to back up here. It's not necessary, but I feel like it helps, so might as well. And again, I'm not too fuzzy about who I give what to at this point. It's perfectly fine. In terms of Norway, we need 7 more counties that we can do. Yeah. I want to do that battle because we might capture someone who will, you know, give us money. We still want money. We don't necessarily need it, but, you know, who doesn't like free money? There we are. Let's see, how are we looking for Norway again? Are we at 10? We need 6 more. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're gonna have to kill one of the dukes. We are still pretty far from illustrious, sadly. So, it's probably because I am feeding my prestige into the men-at-arms. So, it's not too surprising, but it's not great. So, we'll give them some time to recover. And honestly, we'll probably attack Hålogaland, or these two at the same time. So we'll do... Let the men of arms recover here. We'll use them for 2 solo wars, and then we'll work from there. Things will go a lot quicker once we get a bit more levies, so that we can siege like 2 or 3 counties at the same time. That will make life easier. Raising runestones is also good, gives a lot of prestige. Perhaps of my vanquished foe. We'll put it in Rogaland, because it gives control growth. That's really good. And our main forces are back and up in action, so let's just do a Conquer Duchy. We will send our men-at-arms to deal with that, and we'll allow our levies to recover for a little bit longer. And I'll put myself in charge, solely because it should give me some more fame when we win the battle, hopefully. And you know, not me dying. Only 50 fame, but it helps. I think we need 3,000 total. Yeah. We also captured someone. This man. Sorry, you're about to be sacrificed because you'll probably actually die in my prison with that injury. Now, if this guy would die quickly, that would be good, but I have a feeling he won't. Chivalric dominance, making my knights even more, you know, effective at battle is very good. We're currently 23, we're almost at the 10-year mark. Norway does not seem to be really possible within this 10-year mark, so it's a bit sad, but that's just how it be sometimes. We will not hold a Grand Loot. It costs prestige, and we don't have any money or, you know, anyone in our prisons right now that can be used as sacrifice. Now, I am tempted to go after this guy. It's not part of... It actually is part of Norway. Okay. I thought it was part of Scotland, just that one, but clearly not. Now, in that case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we take those, then in theory, it should be possible to peacefully vassalize Vestfold, Uppland, and Jämtland. And if we can do that, maybe even Hålogaland as well. So, honestly, what we are going to do is try and take this and Iceland. So, let's get to it. We'll do these two at the same time, I think. It's just easier. Our troops are basically back to full. We can wait a month with sending them to sea. So, let us declare a war for this. And do I want to go as far as going for this one as well at the same time? I only have 2 armies, if you want to look at it that way. And I guess it's a risk. We can go for that one in Iceland, one of the parts of Iceland at the same time, which also works for me. So we will raise men-at-arms, and we will raise all here, and we'll just let that happen. There we are. These are our men-at-arms. We'll wait for the tick. There we are. And with that, we'll just send all of them to the same place first, and then we'll send our men-at-arms to deal with the other one afterwards. Pretty simple and straightforward, I would say. Have I gotten any more children? You haven't given me any. Very sad. Now, here's the thing. Since we're attacking from the sea, we get a pretty hefty debuff. And that debuff is minus 30 to advantage, which means we take more damage. So, we'll have to see how that you know, plays out for us. Oh, they had a lot of men there. I really should have gone for the landing, but luckily we have enough to come out victorious. They actually are heading. Oh yeah, there's a sound here. Usually when you win a battle on an island, the army just gets deleted, which, you know, kind of makes sense. They have nowhere to go. Can't really magically summon boats like I do. Pretty good. Roll again for the sun. Too bad about the genius traits. Prisoners. Arnie, are you good for anything? You're a spineless lackey, but that also makes you dangerous. We'll send these guys to help. Hopefully we can get there in time. We might get a debuff in the next battle due to it, but it's fine. And with this, I can also just have my, you know, summon my troops into this area, straight up. We have a great chance. There's some defensive buildings on their side, but that's fine. That went pretty well. And I'll just wait with finishing this one too before we, you know, enforce demands. There we are. Did not capture any people, did we? Nope, no prisoners. Expand all. And we are going to hand this over to Bodvar and Thorler. There we are. Now, I'm going to move this to the island here. And we're going to use this as our base for the next attack. But we're going to wait a couple of months here and just allow our main force to recover. Which is my... What is this? End of war. Okay. Just to allow my main troops to recover, I can hire my children like guardians. Which is understandable. Now, to some degree here, we will be playing tall. So my child here, what do I want him to do? Intrigue or diplomacy? I honestly wanted stewardship, but we'll go learning then. Because science. How are we looking here? Very close to the next war. We could wait one more month, but I think this is fine. This man has 600 troops. Declare war. You have 1,000. You have a bit much. How about you? You have 1,002. You have even more. So you'll be our choice of action. And we shall declare war. We will raise the men-at-arms, and we will raise all. Once everyone has been raised, we shall sail over there. We'll hand this. We'll give that guy one of the islands that we are about to conquer. Now, I'm gonna land them in the other side here, and that's just so that I can get rid of the debuff. Oh wow, I didn't even take all of Iceland. This actually... I didn't realize this. They're dukedoms, that's why. It's actually 4 counties here. A sudden shock. I've ridden, taken aim, and struck so many times I thought nothing could have set my rhythm. As I take yet another gallops down the practice range, a commotion I cannot fully see makes my horse rear up. For an instant, momentum keeps me pinned to the back of the horse as it starts shaking. Then, as time is slowing slow, I feel myself becoming dislodged. Calm down, girl, calm down. Prowess challenge. Basically, lifestyle or wounded. Experienced rider would be nice, but we don't have any cavalry. Well, I can lose some prestige. Let's take the gamble. And... I can feel myself being thrown left and right, but no motion can make me lose my grasp on the reins and saddle. My commands eventually soothe the horse, and the animal is soon back to stomping eagerly on the hard-packed ground, as stable as ever. Such a forceful beast. I will take personal care to train this one. I gain a warhorse, and I gain some stress. Honestly, that's actually... warhorse is pretty good, with just a prestige bonus. Name inspired by history, mythology, or it's just a horse. Basically, let's go with mythology. And since we're Norse, we'll call it Sleipnir. That's easier. Now, we'll lose some men here in this move, but we should... Oh, are you coming to meet me? How nice of you. You have a new son? And as you can see here, we should win decisively. We're defending in the mountains, forest and taiga. Let's just let him deal with it. When we become king, it should be fine anyways, but we lack money to become king. That's the problem. To become king, we need 250 gold and another 125 for the other... duchy title. Clemens? Gaelic? Excuse me? Okay, that's impressive. He has Gaelic men leading his forces. Took him hostage, very good. I need money. He does not have a lot of money. Currently we have enough, you know, piety to go. I need the money more so than anything else right now. That is kind of what we're focusing on. So we will enforce demands. We'll allow this army to stand down. It'll take some time to, you know, get them back, but that's fine. This way we can start recovering, you know, the levies right away. But it's interesting to see that this is actually, you know, more than what I bargained for. I didn't actually realize Iceland was such a big county-wise. We became the culture head. Okay. Let us see what innovations we're currently focused on. We're being exposed to this one. Crop rotation is the current fascination. Honestly, what I feel like we should do is just go with Ledger here. Just speed it up. An extra domain limit is really nice. Yeah, the fact that I'm gonna have to fight 2 wars up here is a little bit annoying, but okay, I guess. There's nothing that can be done. He has been wounded. It has become infected. Yeah, what we could do is try and take one from Halugaland, but I don't piss off this side. But I think it's fine. How old are we? 25. We're basically about to just barely maybe manage the about 10-year mark for, you know, the first goal. Expand all. But even if I have to fight a couple of wars up here, it shouldn't be a problem. Or worst case scenario, I could just wait a little bit and someone else will be willing to bend the knee. It's not a big problem. So with that in mind, let us take your county as well. We're just going to go straight at it again. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't. We will move this rally point to... Sorry, rally point to up here. We will raise all men-at-arms first, just so we know where we have, you know, our best troops. And it'll take a bit longer since we're further away from our capital, but yeah, no worries there. Move to Suderland right away. Undisciplined recruits. Today I'm observing Chieftain Tolir as he trains some of his new levies, but the recruits under his command resemble a disorganized mob more than an army. I look on as he struggles to gain control of the situation, clearly pushed to his limits. While it's never easy to train new soldiers, he seriously needs to do better than this. I can teach him what I know. He gains a marshal, or he becomes angry. I could cheer him up. I could chastise him. Honestly, we'll try and teach him what I know. We'll see if he advice, you know, is thankful or not. Advice accepted. I pull Chieftain Tolir over to one side while his recruits attempt to continue their training. The key thing with training new soldiers is instilling discipline, I tell him. Without that, you will never be you will be unable, never be. Yes, I'm butchering my words here. I am a bit excited about this right now. New DLC and all. Unable to depend on them to follow your orders. After I finish, Tolir attacks me before strolling back onto the field, where he quickly takes control of the situation. Okay, good. Now with that in mind, we will continue. Sleipnir, my trusty stallion. A renowned trainer has approached me after hearing rumors of my mighty stallion Sleipnir and offers his services. I'll ask in return is a small compensation. That's, needs to be stronger. Let's just get a stronger warhorse, honestly. I don't know what those give, but probably buffs. I gained a strong warhorse, which get 10% Levi science for 15 gold. Okay, that was money well spent, I'll be honest. Now, they're fighting up here. So, can I then... No, stop. Yeah, be cheeky and go and start sieging this. I'll lose some men, but it should be okay. An unworthy challenge. Okay, so it's a wild man just, you know, wildly flailing about. I could take the prestige and piety, and honestly, I think I will. It's gonna be needed in the future. I could also just have him join my court, or I could kill him. But honestly, we'll do this. He is a good, you know, soldier, but it's not something I'm particularly worried about. And now these guys are starting to get a lot of men. So let's see who finished the siege first. I believe the AI have the buff in sieges. That's what it feels like, at least. But we'll have to see. If I siege him quicker, that would be beneficial. I did not want a Lisbon concubine. Sorry. Child was not meant to be. Sad. Not much we can do about that. But yeah, we'll try and finish this quick because I'm about to turn 27, I believe. A Leviathan, 88% chance of 100 gold, or 100% chance of 50. We'll take that 88% chance, and it paid off. We still need a little bit more gold. Yeah, as you can see here, they're about to finish this siege. Well, it's only 120 though, so I guess that makes sense. Now, we didn't capture anyone, so we'll just enforce demands. No, 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 no! Okay, for those of you who didn't see what I did this, but I clicked here instead of there, so I did this. Can I cancel anything that I've sent? I can't, so... Italian Volga? Yeah. I just white peace instead of enforcing. That's a tragedy and a half. That's actually a real, you know, kick in the guts. 3,000 men. Honestly, we're just gonna go for the duchy here. Apparently it wasn't paused. Let it keep arbitrary. I don't care. Signy. No thanks. You want to send a high intrigue woman into my court? Yeah, I'm gonna have to say no. That's a huge mishap. If I'd like misses this by 1 year now, I know who I'm to blame, myself. But we're gonna go with the ducal war here because yeah, we're missing one. We're also missing some money, so we don't have a choice. We're gonna go conquer duchy. We are going to move our. That's very sad. That's just me being dumb. And not even just a little dumb, very dumb. But we'll have to deal with it. There's some raiders in my lands. This guy's actually doing an offensive war this time, so it could be good. Enjoy yourself, no one rides slave me but me. Basically, he wants to ride my horse, so yeah, no one rides him but me. Eva seems to be having a difficult time at our latest feast. He slipped underneath one of the tables. Shy, impatient, gluttonous. This is my player heir at this point, so honestly... what does Shy give? Personal schemes, attraction power. Learn language is easier. I guess we could do that. There's a new achievement to learn like 10 languages. So we'll have to see. We might just pull that off with that man. I am sacrificing a lot of my, you know, troops here just to attrition over and over again. Let's not mess with that. We'll just try and siege him down quick. See if that, if we have any luck with that. I assume you're about to come and fight me. Finnish mercenary band. Okay. Household guard. There we go. Now we have a lot of troops. We'll still get the, you know, marching speed plus 15%, and then we'll focus on other things, but it's very sad that I'm losing a lot of time here for my own stupidity. Sadly. A vessel fit for a Jarl. Again, we get this one. How is that tax contribution this time? No, this is a different one, sorry. Vassal taxes are 0.9, so again, it won't pay off. I have no need for it. Basically, they want to add a figurehead to my flagship, and depending on what I chose, it will give me some bonuses. But none of those are actually interesting to me, so it'll have to be as it is. If we take any good prisoners, you'll pay 25, that's good. We're still lacking some money though. I believe we need 375 to, create the second duchy and everything we need, so that's just how things be. There we are. There we go. We have what we need now for create Norway. We just need money, so we can start considering, for instance, Sjælland here. They have allies in Visby and Lothian, but we should just do this for Denmark. More troops when you go to England is better. The thing is, England is actually really easy to form if you know what you're doing. You need 21 counties. There's 3 here. There's 8 here. Well, 12 technically. There's 8 in the Duchy of Mercia, if we have a look here. This. But since we take the Duchy, these 4 counties here will all split. So 12, 3, 15. Then we take 4 from Wessex and 2 from Cornwall. 21. So it's actually really simple if you know what you're doing, and you don't have any truces you need to be worried about, except the one you'll get from whoever was the Duke here. But you can just nab that county from Gwynedd. So again, no need to worry about truces unless the situation changes drastically. And once you're King of England, Jorvik will usually, with low vassal taxes, agree to becoming your vassal, and then you can just dominate Scotland and Ireland easily. But the problem here is Jylland and Sjælland. Usually they'll do some weird stuff. That's the best way I can describe it. So we'll do Sjælland first. They have a lot of men, but so do we. And honestly, what we could do before we begin is just do this and this, and that'll be it. And we'll march along the shores, if you will. Let us move our rally point. I should make more, but it's just easy to me to have just one right now. And we'll do Sjælland first, and we'll try and take Skåne. It's the bigger part. It's 4. This one is part of Skåne. There's 4 counties. 3. And then we take 4 here. And that's actually enough. Just one war, Denmark. And then we go England. And then once we hold all 3 titles, we'll do the consolidation. But we'll leave the first episode here, actually. We have what we need for Norway. We just need to get the money for the title. Which we will get in like 5 months if we just let time pass. But that's a different story. Thank you all for watching. I do hope that you've enjoyed. And I do hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.